Hey everybody, Jeffrey with Bangarang Bow Wows again. I guess I should have made this video a while ago, but oh well, I'm making it now. So the question I'm hoping to answer is, what is positive reinforcement training? What is it? What does it entail? What is my end goal? If you look up positive reinforcement training on the internet, YouTube, Google, anything, you're going to get two vastly different explanations as to what it is. Usually the explanation by people who use positive reinforcement training and understand it won't call it positive training, because positive reinforcement implies adding anything. It's just adding. It means plus. So it's R plus. It has nothing to do with whether your dog likes it or not. It is adding something to get a behavior to continue, to happen again, to happen in the future. It's something. Usually you use good things the dog likes. The fact that I use a clicker is something adding to the situation to try to get that situation to go again. So anyone who calls us positive trainers doesn't understand. It's not about the positive, it's about the reinforcement. The fact that my dog has done something and I want to get it to happen again, so I'm going to add something to the situation that the dog is going to interpret as, I want to do it again. Because obviously, if you're adding something, there's obviously a way you can take it away. So there's negative reinforcement, which I use, which every dog trainer uses: positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement. The other side of that is positive punishment, negative punishment. The 4 quadrants of training. Every single trainer uses all 4. A balanced trainer will say that we only use the positive, which it makes no sense. So if we're using the real term is we only use reinforcement. No. Like, there's this guy that went off on me because I called him out on YouTube, and he said this positive trainer and purely positive. It's not purely positive. It's not purely good. I'm not saying it's all good. My training is reinforcement. It's purely reinforcement. But even then, it's not purely, because I understand putting a leash, putting a collar on your dog is positive punishment. You are adding, once again, positive punishment means adding punishment, adding force, adding coercion, adding aversives, adding something to the situation to get a behavior to stop. That's what positive punishment means. So negative punishment means removing force, coercion, aversives to get a behavior to continue. Completely, that is the definition of the 4 quadrants. So positive reinforcement does not mean I never tell my dogs no. It does not mean that I just let them do whatever they want every single second of the day. I got two rats who are obviously afraid of big creatures. They do not like my dogs staring at them through the glass. They do not like them barking at them. I do not let my dogs bark at my rats. I do not let my dogs just sit there on the glass and stare at them. I do not let my dogs go outside whenever they want to. I don't let them bolt out the door. I don't let them jump on people. When they go to do that, I do stop that behavior. With your dog, I will stop a behavior if it needs to be stopped. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to reinforce, add something that's going to get them to not do that behavior again later. Again, I'm going to do stuff to reinforce the behavior that I do want them to show, so that they don't make the decision to do the behavior that I don't want them to do. So with the rat explanation, what I do is I get Slacky to look away from the rats, and then I reinforce her for looking away from the rats. I set her up in a situation where she is going to move her head, look away, and I'm going to mark that behavior and tell her that yes, you have done something that is going to get you something that you do like. Every single balanced trainer that doesn't understand what we do will say that, oh, you just let your dogs do whatever, or you ignore behavior. I don't ignore behavior. I do not let it get reinforced. So if a dog is jumping up on me, I'm not going to reinforce that behavior by giving it something that it might like so that it wants to jump on me again. I'm going to turn away from it, let it get no reinforcement for that, and then when it hits the floor, I am going to and reward it for having 4 paws on the floor. Teach it that there's no reason to come up here. You get nothing out of it. So yeah, I mean, got a little emotion just because uneducation, running through life with just a rabbit's hair of truth and all this myth and just spouting it. That, I mean, yeah, it's hard to stomach that somebody can just go through their life and just not learn the basics of something that, and obviously he does. People don't want to understand it; they want to discredit it. The easiest way to get somebody to like your viewpoint is to discredit the other viewpoint by bringing up its fallacies. It's bringing up the negatives of the person using it. I went through English comp. I went through speech and debate. Makes perfect sense. If I say something, if I point out a flaw in you and you think this way, then obviously the way you think is flawed because so are you. We're all flawed. I never said I was a perfect person. I never say that I'm a perfect dog owner. I do understand dog behavior to a point. I don't have all the answers. People that want all the answers need to speak to somebody a lot smarter than me. So, what is positive reinforcement training? Teaching your dog that there are things in its life that are beneficial to it by rewarding, giving it something that it likes in hopes that the behavior will continue or happen again. Understanding the dog's need for stuff. A dog understands that you are the person that provides for it. Providing for your dog, but only giving them extra stuff or stuff they like when they are following certain guidelines. With with Marshall I have right here, giving him a bunch of stuff to reinforce that I am not a threat to him. I mean, I'm adding stuff. I'm adding treats. I'm adding bones. I'm adding play in order to get him to come to me, to trust me, to rely on me. Like I said, every trainer is going to use that same theory. The ones that use punishment practices are going to do it because they want results quickly. They ascribe to the ideal that I am the master, you're going to do what I say no matter what, that the dog has no mind of its own, it shouldn't have a mind of its own, that it's a subordinate species and doesn't need to think, it doesn't feel pain the way that we feel pain, it actually enjoys pain. I mean, people that say that e-collars, some dogs enjoy the e-collar. No, they enjoy when the e-collar shuts off, so they try to do anything they can to never have it happen again. They don't like it. Not every dog likes treats. To say that I'm a treat trainer, I don't use treats with every dog. Some dogs like love, they like attention, they like affection. I use that to show the value. If a dog is peeing inside and he's peeing outside, there's no difference of value between those two situations. So I build the value of peeing outside to a point where the dog does not want to pee inside. I'm not going to allow my dog to pee outside, but I'm also going to take responsibility for that and not let my dog get into a situation where he has to pee inside, where he is going to be reinforced for peeing inside, because peeing feels good when you have to. I'm going to take him outside regularly so that he only pees outside, so that becomes the habit, so he enjoys going outside to pee more than he enjoys peeing inside, so that he continues to want to go outside. So that is what positive reinforcement is. So I'm going to post this on my YouTube page, on my Patreon page, my Facebook page, my Bangarang Bow Wows page. So feel free to share it, like it. If there's any questions, feel free to comment on it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you've heard about positive reinforcement training, why you don't necessarily think it works, and hopefully I can answer these questions. I want to build a more educated environment for my kids to live in, that they don't have to think that punishment is the only way to get stuff, especially from an animal that is afraid of you. So thanks for watching. I hope I enlightened you to a point where you're gonna be more apt to think this way. Man, it's the whole point of making a video like this. So thanks a lot. Have a good night. Bye.